Hello and welcome to Chart Forecast. My name is Zero and thank you for tuning in. Hopefully your Easter holidays have been going great. This week we'll be analysing and discussing the predictions for the Billboard Hot 100 week of April 15th, 2023. Not really the busiest of weeks, but still quite a few notable events happened this week, so make sure you stick around to find out what's going on. Without any further ado, let's get into our top 10, where the number 1 is projected to be Last Night by Morgan Wallen, re-peaking and gaining 2 spots up to number 1. This song is absolutely dominating streaming, but also has some quickly rising radio, and I'm afraid that with the rest losing in those metrics, this song might stick around for a good few weeks at the top. But the potential wildcard here is Kill Bill by SZA at number 2 and gaining 2 spots, where the song did in fact receive the Sales Gainer Award this week, but we are unsure to what extent and if there are many orders or more versions that were bought than we expected. And as such, if those sales end up being bigger than what we are expecting currently, this song might be closer to number 1 or even be number 1. At number 3 and losing 1 spot, Flowers by Miley Cyrus, as it seems to have peaked in every single channel and is now going to go nowhere but down, potentially. Same thing for Creepin' by Metro Boomin, 21 Savage and The Weeknd at number 4 and gaining 1 spot but still losing in points. The song has peaked everywhere and the remix was not big enough to save the song. The same could also be said for Die For You by The Weeknd and Ariana Grande at number 5 and gaining 1 spot but also losing in points. It doesn't have any metrics that are rising anymore, all of them are losing, and I don't think there's going to be any ways for it to rebound soon. However, another song that could gain is Calm Down by Rema and Selena Gomez at number 6 and gaining 2 spots. The song's streams have been picking back up pretty considerably, and with the radio still having a lot of room to grow, this might not be the end of this song's chart run. On the other hand, we have Boys a Liar Part 2 by Pink Pantheress and Ice Spice at number 7, which does not have any momentum going for it anymore, unfortunately. I'm afraid the radio push was really late on this one and not enough to save the dying streaming of the song. In familiar territory, we have Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift at number 8 and gaining 1 spot, where yes, all of its metrics have long peaked, but they are still big enough and more stable than you'd think, and it's enough to stay in the top 10 for yet another week. At number 9, Players by Cola Ray gaining 1 spot, but it doesn't really have a lot of room to grow from what I can see. The radio is about to peak and the streaming is just not great anymore. In fact, it is already losing in points this week, so I'm afraid the song is going to start losing sooner rather than later. And going back into the top 10, we have Rockin' a Hard Place by Bailey Zimmerman at number 10 and gaining 3 spots, where the streaming is still pretty considerable and the radio, despite peaking, is still pretty huge. I don't know if the song will spend more time in the top 10, but it's enough to stick around for a good while on the charts nonetheless. Now, if you guys actually do look at Chart Essentials predictions on Twitter, you might wonder why I omitted a certain song at number 6, Like Crazy by Jimin. That is because the predictions were made before the Billboard 200 numbers were out and instead used numbers from Hits Daily Double. But now with Billboard 200 numbers releasing yesterday, we do not expect the song to be number 10 anymore. In fact, at best, it could be around number 25 or so. This is due to confusion surrounding one of Billboard's rules on their charts. Last year, they implemented a lifetime rule limit for the amount of times you can buy a song or a version of a song. With the song's numbers last week, we questioned the fact that this rule was actually in place, but once again with the Billboard 200 numbers, it seems like they are. And as such, the song is going to see a considerable dip on the charts this week. On to our losers and dropouts, where we don't really have any significant dropouts, but a good amount of losers. But the most important one include at number 41, Until I Found You by Steven Sanchez, losing 6 spots as it seems to be finally and properly done. What He Didn't Do by Carly Pearce at number 63 and losing 16 spots as radio has just been flushing the song out. Painting Pictures by Superstar Pride at number 72 and losing 16 spots. Love Again by The Kid Laroi at number 81 and losing 10 spots, and Nobody Gets Me by SZA at number 88 and losing 23 spots. Now for our gains and returning entries, we actually have 2 in the latter category, with first of all Death by Melanie Martinez re-entering the charts at number 97 following the album's release, and Nasty by Russ at number 73 following the release of an extended version which actually picked up a good number of streams. The biggest projected gainer this week is Dogtooth by Tyler the Creator, like projected last week, as it has the full tracking week plus the album boost and gains 46 spots up to number 35. What didn't get an album boost but still saw a massive gain on the charts is Slut Me Out by Annalie Chopper, gaining 38 spots to number 44. The song is among the top 10 on both major streaming platforms, Spotify and Apple Music, and will probably get some radio sooner rather than later. And as such, I would expect the song, surprisingly, to become a pretty big hit. Aside from that, Peso Pluma continues his viral rise onto the charts with first of all Ella Baila Sola with Eslabon Armado gaining 11 spots to number 20, La Bebe with Young Lucas gaining 6 spots to number 28, PRC with Nathaniel Cano gaining 18 spots to number 60, AMG with Nathaniel Cano and Gabito Ballesteros gaining 5 spots to number 62, and Por las Noches by himself gaining 9 spots. And in similar territory, we have CH y La Pizza by Fuerza Regida and Nathaniel Cano gaining 18 spots to number 79. And the rest of our gainers are mostly from country, with first of all Fast Car by Luke Combs gaining 11 spots to number 33. It seems to be encountering huge success on most streaming platforms. I would keep my eyes on this song as well. Wild as Her by Corey Kent gaining 8 spots to number 50. Next Thing You Know by Jordan Davis gaining 8 spots to number 53. And Cupid by 50/50 gaining 11 spots to number 83. And with that, we have a pretty hefty yet scattered list of new arrivals, starting off with number 99, Hot Boy by Nardo Wick featuring Lil Baby potentially debuting. This song is here mainly due to streaming, but doesn't seem to be rising, and as such, it just might be a one-time debut if it does make the charts. In similar territory, we have Wolf Talk by Tyler the Creator featuring A$AP Rocky at number 96. Once again, majorly dominant in streaming, but also has a few sales, at least more than you might expect. At number 95, I Know by Kanii. This song is kind of tough to track as it seems to be popular on multiple versions, and these songs never really abide by our predictions, unfortunately. As such, we have it debuting right here at number 95, and once again it seems to be growing, but it could honestly be anywhere, at least for this debut week. But once again, it is majorly dominant in streaming, although I expect a radio push to happen sooner rather than later for this song. At number 80, Need a Favor by Jelly Roll. This song is here with some really balanced metrics, decent enough streaming, huge sales, but also some radio already picking up. As such, I would not be surprised if this song lasts a good amount of weeks on the chart. At number 65, Void by Melanie Martinez. This one, similarly to Death, debuted really high because it was viral on TikTok prior to its release. However, I do not think it will last a very long time outside of the album window. Unless the song gets pushed to radio, which, to be completely honest, I really have doubts on, I do not think this song will last a good amount of weeks. It is here on streaming, but also a little bit of sales. At number 51, Sorry Not Sorry by Tyler the Creator. Once again, only here on streaming, also has a decent enough sales number, but since it's an album track, I do not think it will last a very long time. And finally, at number 17, Fight the Feeling by Rod Wave. You might be surprised to see this song super high, but in fact it was pretty viral on TikTok prior to its release, and it seems to be going viral even after its release, and as such, it might either remain stable or even gain come next week. Now, it is not surprising at all to see this song is mainly here on streaming with only a few sales, but with this song's virality and Rod Wave songs typically doing well once they are pushed to radio, I expect this song to be a pretty consistent hit. Let's just see. And that is it for this week. A shorter episode, but I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. Don't forget to leave a like if you did and to subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and I hope you have a good rest of the week.